Hello again everyone, Jeff Piroozshad here with another bowling ball review video. Today we're going to take a look at the all-new MOTIV Fatal Venom, which releases on December 4th, 2020. The Fatal Venom features the same core, the gear core that's in the Venom Shock and the Tank Blitz, and the same cover stock Infusion Pearl that's in the Supra and the EJ Tackett VIP. It's also the same cover that's on the Jackal Flash and the Trident Nemesis. Those are a little stronger versions. The layout I went with is a 65 by 3.5 by 20, which is just about the same layout that I have on my regular original Venom Shock. So the Fatal Venom is a ball that fans of MOTIV have pretty much assumed was going to happen eventually. Maybe not when, or not the name or the color, but the Infusion core has been really successful for MOTIV in the last year or so on the Supra and the Jackal Flash and balls like that. And obviously the Venom Shock has been super successful over the years, so it was only a matter of time before they just put this cover on a Venom Shock and said, here you go guys, have a good time. And that's what they did. So for me, obviously the Fatal Venom is Pearl. It's going to go longer and be a little snappier than a regular Venom Shock. I think what's important is that it's not a super flippy ball. That's not to say it's smooth like a Venom Shock. But it's not going to be super unpredictable off the back end of the lane when it hits the dry part of the pattern. And I think that's important. It's not on the extreme right angular side of the ball chart if you look at it. So I think that's something that's going to be useful for a lot of players. They might want a Pearl for when the lanes are drier, but they don't want something they don't know what it's going to do. Maybe a good step down from a Venom Shock. They want the same predictability and reliability in a Pearl, and maybe they don't want something as dynamic as a Supra, and this could be good for that. So let's do a few quick comparisons. First to the Venom Shock, which obviously is a bit smoother and it's going to be able to handle a little more oil. It's going to dig a little more. Where the Fatal Venom probably hooks a little bit less overall and just isn't as smooth off the break point. It's going to give you a little more angle. Compare that to the EJ Tackett VIP ball. You can see that it's just a bit stronger than the Fatal Venom, but just move a little more into the oil, loop it out to the dry, and then you've got a Pearl ball that's just a step up from the Fatal Venom. Looking at the Supra, I want to say that it hooks a little more, but I think it's more on the back end. The covers are the same, but I think the core is more dynamic, has a much higher differential, so it's going to flare more and give you a little more angle on the back end. So let's take a look at some final shots, just moving a little bit left to see what the ball has, a little more inside. And it worked pretty well. I was able to get the ball to rev up off the dry hard enough because I went with the strong layout, the 3.5-inch pin. I like doing that layout on the Venom Shock core because it does not have a very high differential. And I want to make sure that the ball revs up enough and flares enough because I have a lot of ball speed. Now I move a couple right, you can see kind of what it does. Playing right, when I take a lot of hand out of the ball, it revs up on the back end and it drives. Even the 10-pin that I left, it still drove. And so I think this is a ball that a lot of players are going to be able to throw despite their styles. So I hope you liked this sneak preview look at the Fatal Venom. Thank you as always to MOTIV Bowling, making very good equipment that's making it easy to make these videos. Also, thank you to Carlos Tabone at the Kegel Connection Pro Shop for the layout suggestions and drilling my equipment. If you like this video, please consider giving me a thumbs up on the video, and if you hit the subscribe button, you can get notifications for when my new videos go live. Thank you very much, and see you next time.